Okay, those of you that have this thermostat, the gasket you need is Felpro number 35848. It fits a 2004 Thunderbird. Yeah, if you get the one for the 2006 S-Type R like I did, which is what the car is, it's nowhere near the right size. This is the one you need. Right, now we are going to move on to replacing the condenser. I looked high and low for a video, a decent video, online on how to do this. Couldn't find one. Now, I've replaced condensers on many cars, but every car is different. I will film as much of this as I can, and I will try and be as helpful as I can. And, well, if I'm not, oh well, never mind, huh? Not sure yet how I'm going to get to it. I think definitely the tank has to come off. These brackets have to come off. And the same there. And the radiator goes back, tilts back. So I may have to take off the fan housing, which is fine. You don't have to take the idler off there, or the tensioner. It just happens to be off because I'm waiting for a new one. If I'm correct, when I did this before, it dropped out from the bottom. Now, one other thing that, because this is an S-Type R, I have to take into consideration is the supercharger cooler or radiator, whatever you want to call it, that is strapped onto the front of the condenser. Now, I do have the system drained because I'm replacing some hoses, and I don't honestly know whether or not that would normally be necessary, but I think it probably is a good idea. So my suggestion would be that if you're going to be doing the AC work as I'm doing, and you're replacing the compressor and of course replacing the condenser, because you should really do both at the same time, especially as the compressor took a dump. So I want to just throw away the condenser and I'll then blow out the lines. It's probably a good idea to drain the system anyway and do a coolant replacement at the same time. Let me go and have a think, and then I'll get on with it. Right. This should be what you need to get the sort of 10mm for this. And let's put it up there for the moment. This may or may not be needed. This definitely is needed, or a pair of pliers. Do whatever you want. That's where this comes in handy. Goes around the hose and loosens it from whatever. It's particularly useful when it's on plastic. Why? Because it loosens it. So let's tuck that out of the way, tuck that out of the way. Now I know there's one underneath and I think it's an absolute pig to get to. But first and foremost, let's get this off. Let's see if we can see this stinky old hose. Now I'm going to put this back in the hole so I don't lose it. I don't necessarily do this with all bolts, but certain ones. And then you pull it to one side, and that gets it out of there, but I can't see the hose. There's a big hose on the bottom, and I think there's an electric connector. Yes, see the connector's in the back. Hose. Oh, it's one of those bloody awful ones. Ah, crap. I don't know if I can show you it, guys. Let me see if I can, hang on. See, there is the electrical connection with that orange and black wire, and can't get to the hose. Hang on a second, let me see if I can zoom in on the hose for you. There's the hose connection, and you can see that there is a very thin line, which is a wire. You have to hook that out, and then the hose should come off. I'll show you when it's off and when I've got the electrical connection there off. Now hopefully you can see I've pulled on that wire. Be careful, because these will ping and then you will lose them. And now all you have to do is pull that hose off. Just to show you what I was talking about, there it is with the wire pulled out, and it should drop into some little notches there so that you don't lose it. And the connection on the tank, if I can get the camera to do what it should, looks like that, and there is a ridge on it that wire clicks into. The electrical connection is there, which is quite simple. Right, onward and upward. Now, if you look here, hang on a second, see this here, that, and it's hard to tell, but behind it, so there's this piece behind, this metal piece, that's the condenser. This in the front here is the supercharger cooler, and they both remove in a downward direction, or if you like, the radiator moves in an upward direction. So that's the next challenge. Excuse me. Yeah, I guess I'll have to have a look underneath and decide what to do up here. Right, this is on the right hand side of the car. The radiator shroud, fan shroud. Down there, hang on a second. That is attached to the shroud. It is a big rubbery piece. See? You need to make sure you get that off, if I can, so that you can pull the shroud out. Not the easiest of things to do, as you can see, because it's got hoses attached to it. Right, there you go, I've got it off now. The next thing to do is this. Hang on. This wire has to come off. I'm going to figure out how to break that. Right, let me get on with it. Right, see way down there, that little nut in the centre of the screen, roughly. That also has to come out to remove the shroud, because the two heater solenoids are attached to it. Hang on a second. I can get that out of there. These are the heater solenoids down here. There's two of them. They control the hot and the cold through to the car. Well, obviously just the hot. But that balances your air conditioning for you. Yeah. Got the wire off. Well, you can't see it, but it's there, and it broke, of course. The little plasticky thing broke. A bit of a pain, but there you go, has to come off. Let's have a look on the other side. See if there's anything else here that has to come off. No, it would appear not. However, I'll get you under. Stop it! I'll get you underneath, and we'll see what's attached to the fan shroud underneath, because there's bound to be something. Yeah. Ooh. What are you doing there? No, we don't want to zoom in on my feet. God damn it! Come on, you stupid fucking camera. That's it. Look at the engine, not my feet. Right. Let's get underneath. Yep, as expected. There's a shitload of stuff attached to the fan shroud. That's the right hand side, and if we come over here, oops, hang on, I'll back you out a bit. No. And there's the left hand side. What's that there? Oh, I'm looking up to the wrong place, sorry. Let's try again. There's the left hand side there. So that's going to come off. That is an oil cooler line. How do I know? Because it goes over there to a cooler, which is an oil cooler in my mind. And in fact, there is one on the other side. Whoa. 2 oil coolers, 1 transmission cooler. Me gonna cooler? I don't know. No, I think the transmission cooler goes through the radiator. So they are probably oil coolers. Yeah, that will be my bet. Okie dokie smoky. Right. So that is something else that has to come out. I'm not sure if I'm going to do any more video today. We will see. Because there's more stuff to get out. Oh dear. Get out of the garage. Go do some shit. Fuck. You can see that the compressor is still touching the subframe. Now, it's a brand new mount. I'm hoping that the engine will shift slightly when I start it and settle. If not, it means that these mounts that I bought aren't as good as the originals, and I'll have to replace them with the original Jaguar ones. But in the meantime, I'm going to have to live with that knocking if that's what it does. We will see. My worst case scenario is I might, I don't know, I might undo the one on this side, the engine mount on this side, and put a spacer in just to raise it up like 1/4 of an inch. Or I could grind the heads off of those bolts. No, I probably won't do that. But yeah, I could just raise the one on this side about 1/4 of an inch. It's not too difficult to do. It's just a matter of reaching up and undoing the nut on the top then jacking the engine up on this side, slipping in a spacer, and tightening it down again. We will see. Yep. I have removed these two radiator supports, put the bolts back in the holes. You may be surprised to know, I was. These are plastic, totally plastic. They are marked left and right hand for the idiots that put these cars together. Sorry. So there you go, can't make a mistake. Now the radiator should be kind of loose-ish, yes it is, but I've got this top hose to get off, and then as I said, I want to take the fan shroud off and get that out of the way.